know what to eat. They eat all kinds of garbage. And we impress upon them what they need to eat for their body.
Okay, let's do this. And I need you guys to pretend you're talking to me and other kids. I like Polish boys, French fries, every now and then chicken and steak, every now and then. But my main staple was fast foods. I also think the girls like the way I look now. So I don't want to get too big, but I want to get strong, and I want to stay the man. So help me out here.
Okay. Well, first of all, you're going to find out that the chicken's fine, occasional steak is fine. All that stuff is actually fine. There's nothing wrong with it, as long as it's in moderation. Fast food in moderation. If you're eating all Twinkies, you're not going to be the man for long. Okay. Okay? If you're eating all steak, you're not going to be the man for long. Steak is very good. What it has in it is creatine monohydrate. Prime source of energy, huh? Prime source of energy. You know, powerlifters for many years used to eat a lot of red meat prior to a big lift. They said it gave them strength. The question was, did it actually give them strength, or did they just think it gave them strength? And the answer is it actually gave them strength because the best source of creatine monohydrate is red meat. 5 grams of creatine monohydrate is equivalent to 2.5 pounds of red meat. Now we have it in pill form, powder form. You can take it without the fat and without the meat. So, but we would guide you into eating X amount of protein a day. Say about 25% protein, 10 to 15% fat, 55 to 65% carbohydrates, preferably 6 meals a day, if you could do it. Well, this is true. You know, if a guy wants to get big, strong, he's got to eat. If he doesn't eat, he'll never make it. All right? And he has to eat the right things at the right time. So timing is terribly important. I could go on and on.
Okay, I mean, Orlando, this is good. The girls like the way I look now.
Yeah, that's true. Come on. Now, Euclid High School. Big issue at Euclid High School, main course, main meal, every meal. French fries, gravy, and cheese. And we have our athletes loading up on it. Why? It tastes good. But on a day of a meet, a track meet, that's sitting in your stomach. It's oil, it's grease, it's fat. That's the wrong thing that you're saying, timing to eat. I sit there in the cafeteria and watch these guys, and I'm like, you're not eating this. They're Twinkies. Vending machines galore, cakes, cupcake pies, and our athletes are eating this. I mean, they're down in the weight room lifting, but at the same time, they're eating the wrong things to get bigger, stronger, and break down, especially on game day. Now, you know, we do have game day meals sometimes and so forth, but lunch is a midday, and sometimes it's the first meal these kids eat. Hey, you're the man. They like what they see, but it's only because you're putting that little bit extra. Now, if you eat correctly and lift and train, imagine what the man might even look even more.
Okay. That's my thing on how this goes is if you're the man now, imagine how much better you would be if you really focused on taking care of yourself from the way he said you want to eat right and get enough rest and train properly. Correct. You know, and as far as the nutrition goes, the diet that you had said of Polish boys and French fries, you know, there are no vegetables and no fruits and no grains in there and a lot of fat. And so, you know, it may not
be... French fries, you got the French fries that are carbs.
With gravy. With gravy.
But they're all fat.
With gravy.
So,
sometimes you have to take the fat with it.
You know, you may be the man now, but as your body gets a little bit older, maybe when you're 14, you know, that's not going to be a problem. But by the time you're 19 or 20, you're going to start to see it. And by the time you're 25, you're going to get a big round middle.
Hey.
Okay, sorry, Coach.
Let's do this because we do have to take a break. Once again, you're listening to Just Chillin'. We're going to take a slight music break, and we'll be back after the break. Thank you.
I know you're digging this right about now. We're going to take y'all back to the old school. Ladies and gentlemen, turn up your radio now. Cool on. You ready?
Hi, I'm Buzz Savage, good friend of Len Collins, host of the Just Chillin' Show. And right now, you can call this number, 861-4246, for a special giveaway.
Okay, welcome back to Just Chillin'. Once again, if you have any calls or comments, the number is 368-2207. Please do so. Can you guys reintroduce yourself to Cleveland real quick?
I'm Greg Kelly. I'm with John Black's Health World, the manager and the trainer there.
Orlando Mason, coach, Euclid High School.
Greg Langyer, I'm a licensed athletic trainer at Ohio Physical Therapy and Sports Medicine and the athletic trainer at Benedictine High School.
Dave Kovach, City of Cleveland Recreation Department, Gunning Park Recreation.
Dave, let's talk about some of the swimming programs that you guys offer. Can you maybe inform our audience a little bit?
We start our swimming program at TOTS. I start my learn to swim classes at age 3, all the way up to 75 or older. I've had, I think, one woman that learned how to swim. She was 83 years old. I teach water exercise classes. Again, I think our oldest, I don't want to say oldest, but any age is fine to come in and start a workout program. Start swimming laps, start learning how to swim. Our main focus right now as an organization is working on our lifeguarding. Our summer is quickly approaching us, and we're in search of lifeguards or lifeguard candidates. So we're out there recruiting, trying to get these kids to come into the centers and hopefully fill our need for lifeguards this summer.
What does it take?
They have to be 15 years of age or be 15 before the class ends. And they must be able to swim 500 yards, be able to tread water without use of their hands for 2 minutes, and pick a 10-pound brick off the bottom of the pool.
Oh, man.
And then it's then we go into lifeguarding, first aid, CPR. It's all wrapped into one, and it's depending on where you take it, it's a minimum of 33 hours of work, and it is work.
Okay.
There's book work and there's water work, but for a nice summer job, for some people it turns out to be a career.
Okay. Let's do this because Dave, you had a great point. He talked about, and I think with the show, you kind of got the feeling that if kids didn't start early enough, it's almost too late. So let's talk about training. Is it ever too late to get in shape or to start your strength workout?
No.
Why and why not?
No, never too late to get in shape. 90-year-old people getting in shape. People are getting ambulatory in nursing homes, push their wheelchair around. There's no age at which you cannot synthesize muscle and increase strength till the day you die, basically. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't start early. The earlier you start, the better it is. A young man who wants to get into weight training, bodybuilding, powerlifting, whatever it may be, or just to look good, if he starts and he trains in his teens and his 20s, he will carry that muscle mass through the rest of his life. And if he should, for some reason, become sick or whatever, or fall down, go away for a few years, that muscle will come back. Muscle has memory. If you build it when you're in your teens or your 20s, it'll come back later on. And guys are doing that right now. All the baby boomers are my age. I'm not ashamed of it. I'm 50 years old, and I got a lot of guys that I'm training that are my age, and they're coming back, and they built the muscle back when they were in their teens. The guys were top wrestlers, top football players, and now, they're benefiting from it. And the more muscle mass you build, the more calcium you put into your bones when you're younger, you'll carry that into your old age. Think of your body as a bank. You're going to invest in it. Calcium in bones, muscle in tissue. It's a bank that you can draw on in your old age. But in the youth, good exercise, good food, good lifestyle, healthy lifestyle, gives them training for the rest of their lives.
Okay, here, I need all you guys to address this one. And I guess Orlando, we competed together. A lot of times you will hear other athletes tell people that they don't work out. And they're walking around cut and everything. So especially kids, I don't swim laps. So what would you say to those kids who fall victims to that?
That happens very few.
Don't believe it.
Very few. Very few people are like that.
We know one.
I think fitness is a lifestyle, and you should begin as early as possible to get those good habits. Just like you would get have good study habits when you're in elementary school, and hopefully they're going to carry on to college and in your workplace.
Okay, but Dave, I met Orlando in school. Guy was pumped. He told me he didn't work out, so I shouldn't work out. I mean, you guys, you know, they run from the weight room because their friends said they don't work out.
There's a friend of ours who I've known since a lifetime, and this guy is just God-given blessed with athletic ability. All the way from high school, I've known him, all the way through college. 7-foot high jumper, 24-foot long jumper. Could have played football. He gets his elbow above the rim. Never went to a weight room. Never went to the weight room. But it's some people just God-given talent like that. Some people have to start early and work at it. Like I said, very few people like Clyde Shaw. But there's, it's not that it can't be done. You know, he did do push-ups, he did sit-ups, but he never lifted. And I would always say, just imagine if he did come down to the weight room.
Exactly. Imagine what his potential would have been if he would have done a little bit of training and worked at it a little. And the other thing that I tell the kids, you know, maybe in high school you get away with that if you're the big fish in the little pond, but you check out any college program. I mean, any college program. They have the kids in there. They have to lift. It's not an option. It is a requirement. They have to eat at the training table. They have to study. They have to get enough rest. You know, these are not options. And that's how you build a successful program, and that's how you become a successful athlete.
I guess, Greg, what I'm trying to say, are there people who are dishonest? You know, as far as, I mean, because they want to be the man.
There are.
So they're lying to you saying,
they are.
You know, they're lying to you saying, I'm not hitting the gym.
Yeah, well, they can lie to us, but we know, and they know, and they're not fooling anybody. We see it all the time. They come in, you know, they play the role. But it doesn't last long because when you put this guy next to a guy who's really training, he blows them away almost all the time. You know, it's one of the problems we have at our club. We have, you know, we guys got bodybuilders. They build for size and size to look good. We put them next to a power lifter. Power lifter doesn't train for size. He trains for strength. Much smaller body, smaller muscle. But it's not the size of the muscle that counts. It's the power that's in it. Lyle Alzado, we trained him years ago. And he came in and John, he went over to John and said, John, I want you to look at my bench press. 350 pounds, bench press. He says, John, what do you think about that? He says, well, I'll let you know when I figure out what you did. You know, because his form is so bad. We'd then brought another gentleman out who weighed about 165 pounds, benched 450 pounds, put the weight up. Lyle was very humble all of a sudden because he saw what real training could do. A man 100 pounds less than he was, benched 100 pounds more than he was. But on the football field, he was a terror. And that's different. That's sport specific. That's personality. That's something else. But as far as pure strength, you're not going to take a guy who's going to come in and pull the wool over anybody's eyes, because we'll put him to the test right now. The rubber meets the road right here. Can you put it up? Yes, you can. No, you can't. Get out of here.